get a news update, brother Tunto Spoon. You want to know what is happening, Moravia Tunto Spoon. Politicians want to make their decision, just Tunto Spoon. You want to know what's happening in the ministry, Tunto Spoon. Tunto Spoon. Tunto Spoon. You from Fonjema, Maryland, Tunto Spoon. Tunto Spoon. If you eat Cape congratulate my brother Tunto Spoon. You got a Spoon TV, you got a Spoon Radio, Tunto Spoon. Tunto Spoon. You wanna get a news update, Tunto Spoon. What? Yeah, Rastafari. Kilibamba, 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 kilibamba. What I want? Yes, what you about today? Spoon TV. Yes, what you about today?
We also want to tell the UN women thank you as it relates to our response in data gathering. We are fully prepared for that. Our vulnerability studies, how to gather data on how on women and children, disability, because when disaster strikes, the women and children are the ones that suffer most. So we are already prepared to gather data. We have developed that, and the UN women are actually trained more than 50% of the disaster management agency, and the concepts are already been approved. The WFP have also engaged us. They are committed to support us. The FAO have committed to support the National Disaster Management Agency. The UNDP are also committed themselves to capacity building as it relates to the National Disaster Management Agency. We are also responding to issues of flood that we spoke about across the country. We dispatched our people in Sano, in Maryland, and along the coastal line, coastal counties. The report we are receiving from there is that we have to pre-position our humanitarian items in our hubs that were already created. I want to tell the Liberian people that let us prepare ourselves for this rainy season. Just yesterday alone, few communities, after a few hours of rain, were completely flooded. And so we are asking our citizens to take heed of our advice. Our team at the NDMA will be moving out for awareness, and we'll be moving also with some humanitarian items. As I speak to you, the National Disaster Management Agency have some budgetary allocation in this budget, but we are still processing them at the Ministry of Finance. We really do not have the luxuries of humanitarian items, but we do believe that what we have in this budgetary period can actually mitigate most of what we're supposed to be doing. So on behalf of the President of the Republic of Liberia, we call you here to have this briefing to let you know that let the citizens get prepared for the worst, and let work with our community dwellers to redefine the drainages, to clean the drainages, because the rain will actually pour than ever before. There will be windstorms that will be coming, We are also responding to fire incidents across the country. Our humanitarian dragnet is moving across the country. I want to thank you for coming and thank you for listening to me. And we at this moment entertain questions.
So the executive order that we are going to experience the heaviest rainfall in the last.
I just met with the lawyer for Western Cluster this morning, incidentally, and I told him we're going to close them down. Minister, let me tell you, if we don't close Western Cluster down, we'll lose the bridges. We'll lose those bridges, and it will be disastrous for this country. And we're not going to sit here to cut because the number of vehicles moving on that road. And I went up the hill the last time. Western Cluster is not mining. They're just taking our resources. And we get no reward for it. I told him emphatically this morning that we're going to close them down. And I'm telling you seriously.
To the level of national emergency. Families are moved. Please protect me. Families are moving from one location to another. Some don't have places to go. Some areas, schools are closed. Not because that those individuals build in the swamp, but the fact remains that the Public Works Ministry, who have the authority with any construction that is going on in every part of Liberia, they should receive a permit from the Ministry of Public Works. Public Works issue permits to individuals and businesses that have affected individuals that cannot afford. As we speak, some of those individuals were given permit to build on the waterway. Those you can see, for instance, the Batam. There's no reason that you will issue a particular permit knowing the fact that this is the waterway going to the issue of the route of the ERW junction. ERW junction is our main route. But the issue permit to those buildings, to businesses, everywhere, wherever there's swamp, Public Works, the Liberian Land Authority, they gave permit, they gave individuals the authority to go and build. As a result, the feedback of the water is flowing into the community. Because where those water are supposed to move through the waterway to have free passages, it's not happening any longer. Things that we are experiencing today, in the past, it has never happened. So I want to say, as we speak, areas that we used to move freely, today citizens are unable to move about because of Public Works and the Liberian Land Authority giving permit to those areas for individuals and businesses to build them. So I'm asking this honorable body for their intervention. Thank you so much.
You asked about an intervention, maybe the minister to come here or be or...
Yeah, I'm asking the honorable body to please, with all due, allow the Public Works and the Liberian Land Authority and EPA to come to the honorable body.
All right. Stand up, get on.
The problem of the Senate, distinguished colleague, I want to thank my colleague, Senator Joseph, for raising this issue. I would think it is a national issue. It is not anything strange. It's not new. There will be fraud. There's fraud everywhere. The only thing, Mr. President of the Senate, distinguished colleague, I don't think we should make speeches yet and make politics. We just need to empower the disaster relief agency. Empower the agency of government. There will be fraud. I don't care how below the China or America. There will be fraud here. It can be prevented in some areas. The appropriate actions can be taken. But I think the immediate steps, we are in rainy season. Just yesterday alone, it took over almost half a month of our country. If they have rainfall, I don't know what will happen. But this is a yearly occurrence. All we need to do now is to empower the institution of government while it's doing the necessary relief for our people. Then the other actions, the long-term actions can be taken. Because come again?
No one pushing politics.
No, I'm not saying you are pushing politics.
No, the issue here is
You can call for order or what?
I will do
No, maybe my colleague did not understand. I didn't say you are playing politics. I appreciate that you are bringing it by affecting our people. I'm saying it shouldn't be the regular, shouldn't do the politics and the speeches. That's all I'm saying. So we can take it seriously.
information to my colleague.
There should not be back and forth.
I want to get information. The information I want to get to the floor here is, I know there's rainy season, I know there will be flood, and I'm expecting that. But I'm saying my issue here is permit that were issued, and those individuals build on the waterway. That's the area I'm talking about.
I'm agreeing with him. If they did it wrongly yesterday, and we said we're wrong, and he agreed with us not to correct it, we can remind that they did it wrongly and justify to keep it wrong.
He did it.
Chief.
He did it.
It was not like that before. It was not like that before. When they did it on the
Don't mess with me, man. I never said it was not like that yesterday. I'm saying areas where people used to move freely. Because of the building that they constructed on the waterway, people are not moving freely. That way agree. That's what I'm saying. Government is continuing to go on people there. Government is saying you can't do that.
I am saying what was wrong yesterday, we said was wrong. We will not back it today. We keep the teacher. So we will him.
Okay, Spoon Radio, Spoon Television, Spoon FM, Spoon Network. This is where you get the news. This is where you get authentic information about the happenings across Liberia every single day. I'd like to say welcome to another edition of the program. This is the late night show, the late night politics on Spoon. It's about 15 minutes past 12 a.m. in Liberia. Thanks to all of you across the country that are always here with us, listening to the program across the Spoon network and on several frequencies across Liberia. Thanks to our folks online. We're always live on Spoon TV, on Facebook, and on Spoon Talk Live on YouTube. Many thanks to the folks joining us across the internet as well. We're trying to address some technical issues we have with the other two handles, talking about Fabric TV and Super, and we will subsequently resume our broadcast on those two social media handles. So thanks again for joining us tonight. My name is Nelson Colette. It's going to be another fascinating edition, firing edition of the late night show. Sincere apologies to our folks who weren't here last evening due to some issues beyond our control. It's a good thing that we're here tonight, and let's hope we can have a great show. I'm kindly asking all of you in the comment section. I see a lot of you have joined us already. Kindly share the show as we get ready to have a great conversation here tonight. Let me go across the table now and bring in our folks. The panelists are all set. I see my man Moba in red coat today. You know, red is a dangerous color. Red represents danger. That's why even when you're driving, when you see the red light, you got to stop.
Gotta stop.
Don't move any further. You have to stop. So, Moba wore red coat tonight, indicating that he's about to put a stop, put a halt to a lot of things happening. But I want to say welcome to the show, man, Moba. It's good to have you on tonight.
Thank you, Nelson, and thank you to all our viewers listening up around the world.
Yeah. Let me bring on the man Francis Javate. Yes, Francis, welcome to the show. It's good to have you on tonight.
Thank you, Nelson. What's up, Mama? Good morning to our people in Liberia. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. It's good to be here. Sorry we're not here last night. Like Nelson said, we had some issues, but hopefully that will not be the case going forward. But it's always good to be here. Thank you.
Yeah. Let me bring Toure on. Mr. Vakabina Toure, the man who left Kansolati Awon Gonglo in the middle of the water, and then he pledged his support to JMD, the train. At the time, the train was the hottest place to be. And the man looked around, he looked left, he looked right. He said, but what can I do with broom? I can't fly with a broom. No, going are the days where people will fly with broom. I'd rather get on the train and get at my destination faster. And today the man is on the train. Toure, welcome to the show.
Nelson, thank you very much, man. Thank you very much. Great to be back. Great to be back on. I mean, you know what I mean? Talking in Liberian business, man. And that's what we're going to do now for the rest of our lives, at least for the rest of the life that we got in us. We need to get that country fixed, man. We need to fix it for real.
Okay, so I'd like us to kickstart the show. But just before doing that, let's recognize a few of our folks in the comment section. Folks, kindly share the program as you come on. Those of you following on Facebook, on YouTube, share the program, please, as you come on tonight. If you're on YouTube, just go to Spoon Talk Live, like the program, give the program a thumbs up, and share it. If you're on Facebook, go to Spoon TV. Go to your different chat rooms, your different groups, and just share the program, because this is one edition of the late night show that you just can't afford to miss. Now let's have the conversation tonight.
Vasco saying get a link, so I know you will send it directly in back.
Yeah, but I sent the link already. Vasco should be on by now.
They make it warm my phone.
You know, Vasco should be on by now. I sent the link to Vasco.
Hey, man. Hey, my sister Steve, leave me alone.
Steve said, Toure pledged his support to JB because of the convoluted convolutions that were taking place. Convolution. What?
Convoluted convolution. Hey, mama.
Steve,
We not
see it anytime. I will beg you. But it's a good thing to be here. Let's recognize a few of our folks here. I see Emmanuel's card is here joining us tonight. He said, looking forward to a good show. panelists. And I see Jay Carter is here. Sam Gicker. Should be Sam Gicker. Thanks for joining us, team. Thanks for being here tonight. Benjamin Soko, we appreciate you. BK Nelson, Dan. I see Fire Jimmy. And I see, when I see Fire, it reminds me of our own brother, Afra Yafanda. The man has one famous story about, the chicken soup factory and why you don't see too many dogs there nowadays. But I want to say thanks to everyone for joining us tonight. It's a good thing.
So why I mean there's not too much dog?
No, they make it better explain the story. The man saw Francis got one shepherd. The man saw it. He saw the dog. He said, "My Nelson tested me. My heart cutting you."
Is that my dog chasing out? Is that my dog chasing out there? Can't try my
He
boy.
said, "Look at the way that thing big did that. You bring it chicken soup factory,
In Alaska, they pick you the stuff.
you know."
That Nessie style, before animal right put in count for us. You know, everything people,
Yeah, but it's a good thing, man. Let's kick start the show. Let's do our opening quickly. Let's start with you, Ray, and then we're gonna move to Francis and then Morba. Let's do 1 minute each because we have a lot to talk about tonight.
Yeah, Nelson, thank you so very much to you, our viewers and the panelists, man. Always great to be back on. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon to all of you here in the United States and around the world. Nelson, we are at a stage now where my frustration meter continue to increase. I'm getting frustrated. I'm getting frustrated uncontrollably. And that's and one thing I know about myself, like anything of sort I cannot contain. We support that as government. Make no mistake about that. Yeah, you're absolutely right. I support that Honorable Town Gonglo, PLP, the Liberian People Party, and I still stand with my party, But the reason why, under a very, very, sort of like important national, call of duty that had me flip my support. But nevertheless, I still believe in the genesis of the Liberian People Party and our political leader, Honorable Town Gonglo. Make no mistake about that. But we're talking that, bro, now seeing what I'm seeing right now, I'm not pleased at all. I'm not pleased at all. Because we expected this administration to come in and start running the show, right? And what we are seeing, we continue to see juvenile mistakes upon juvenile mistakes. Sometimes we call it mistakes, sometimes you call it early going. But no, there's no excuse when you have an administration that is filled with experienced people that claim that they have done it before and they can do it again, quoting Detour. They did it before for 12 years, they can do it again. So there should be absolutely no excuse why this administration should not get the ABC, SOSO, and 1, 2, 3 stop them going effectively. That's where my frustration lies. And they need to start right now. They need to start very quickly. If President Joseph Numa Boakai is laying down, he needs to sit up. And President Joseph Boakai is standing up, he needs to start walking. And if he's walking, I guess walking might not be enough at this stage. He needs to start right now. They're using both. I think that's where I'm at right now. But yeah, I'm very, very frustrated and I'm very, very disappointed at this point. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ture, for talking to us. Let's talk to Francis. Francis, you're opening quickly, sir. 1 minute.
Yeah, I will just follow what our brother Ture left off. I usually come here and say sometimes the government can make it hard for you to defend them. And suppose talk for them, campaign for them. The difference is that we brought them for change, and we don't see the change. We will talk against it. Unlike the folks on the other side who never ever said anything wrong with the past administration, but every time we speak here on behalf of our people, so we outside Liberia, we don't care for job in Liberia. We don't care for anything to come from Liberia to help us here. We try our best to help our people in Liberia, and the reason we brought this we've campaigned for this administration is because our people, we know our people need a rescuing. But to see the things that are going on, like to say, my dad used to say, I told you in the chat room, my dad used to say, I never said I go to church, but my father tell me, so long you honor my roof and eat my salt and pepper, you'll go to church. So I say this to mean that all the people that are messing up in the in President Baga administration, some people say, oh, the Papa got good intention, but the people that surrounding him in there for themselves. No, the buck starts with you as the president. If there's smoke over here, there may be fire. Go check it out. Even if there's no fire, they clear the smoke. But if you keep sitting there and just letting things to happen and just pile up, one excuse after the other, one problem after the other, just going on and on and on. It don't matter. It doesn't matter if it came from, it was there before he got there. The people he put there supposed to be able to fix it. You can't come here with those excuses. That's the problem with Labrador also to bring recycle politicians and nothing happens. If the person was PC before, you think they'll be professional now, especially when I get older. So that's the problem we have. These recycle politicians, all they need to go sit down. All the old politicians need to go sit down. This is the problem with the country. All of them. And President Baga should be the last older person to run this country. The last older person. But they got no, I think all of them got no vision. So if he has a vision and the people not following it, he need to change the entire cabinet. If that's the problem, change them. You got competent young people in the country and outside the country that can do the job. Thank you.
No, I know this is just your opinion, but when you talk about recycle politician, and that's something we'll talk about at some point. But this whole conversation, this is something I've been hearing for some time. Oh, but Vasco, what happened? How you count? Yeah, but this whole conversation about recycle politician. This is something that's been going on for some time. You look through the political corridor from 2005 up to now. There are certain names that continue to revolve around power within the political corridors of our country. They were either in government, and then they went out of government. After a few years, they came back in government. They aligned and realigned, and then they re-enter government. Either the person was a speaker before, the person was removed as speaker.
Right,
the person went back, they came back as senator. I
don't blame these people. I don't blame this government official now.
A presidential minister of state for presidential affairs, but the person go by, they come by, the person that's senator.
That's what I'm saying. I don't blame these people.
Where exactly, Francis, do we shift the blames? Who's to blame?
I shift the blame on our people in Liberia. We advocating for them, but they themselves need to say that if I was a public work ministry, I was standing for my job, I suck at it. The roads were bad, nothing going on. They come to you and say, maybe senator, because my administration I leave, the new government came, they took me from there, they appointed somebody, so now come and me senator. What?
Okay, no, Francis, let's not jump it, right? We're gonna come back. We'll take a few minutes on that because it's a very important conversation. It's a very important concern that's been around the corridor for some time. But let's complete the cycle. Let's go to Mobile to do his opening. Then Vasco can come and do his opening. Welcome to the show, Vasco. It's good to have you on.
Yeah, thank you, Nelson. My attention, actually drawn to the National Disaster Management Agency, right? I think let's say the government, the entire government, they need to restructure themselves. During George Weah time, the same thing we're seeing today, we saw it before. George Weah time, we saw a lot of houses were living in the water, a lot of people was crying and things. Now the government came to power. You came on a mandate of change. And we expect you to do what the people elect you for. Now look at the National Disaster Management. You guys were in opposition. We hear you all on Facebook, on radio, discussing how you come. Y'all will try to face these things. Y'all said it. People, we got record on y'all. Y'all came and we back y'all on it. So end of the day, you're in the driver's seat. Today, you know how many people houses they can't even sleep in their houses. You know how many people now is homeless because you guys not put the team together. And I hear the minister for that agency saying that there will be a lot of heavy rain that will fall and the people must take precaution.
Yeah,
What is the precaution they're going to take?
we're going to move to that discussion.
Yeah,
as part of
I'm just trying to teach you what's the precaution they're going to take if they have no protection. Who protect them? The government. That's why they elect government to protect them in these type of circumstances or this type of issues. That's the reason why government step in. They step in with a lot of disaster, be it water, earthquake, whatsoever. The government got to come in. You cannot tell a citizen you got to protect, like, Troy, I tell the person you need CCTV camera for all your horses. So it just like the scene 1, 2, 3. We said the gun time, and I see them we saying here today. We preach against this government, and we here today we're saying the same thing. But the difference between all in this and the past government is that we are putting these things outside the red flag. So to tell you that we in favor of the government for the right thing of our people.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Moba. And then Vasco, finally, 1 minute, then we move to our conversation tonight.
Thank you, Nelson. I mean, I understand your frustration. Like I always say on this show, this is going to happen over and over and over and again. Because logically, no country in Africa at this kind of a modern period will look at an 80-year-old person and make them president. This kind of modern era, and then you expect your country.
What about Nigeria?
My man.
I correction, my man. Don't lie. Don't lie to the audience.
My man,
I'm trying to correct you. I'm trying to correct you. What about Nigeria? The man,
you see that man, Desi Buka?
My man, the man holding the baka. That man holding the baka.
You see Tinubu Desi Buka?
No, but Moga, you can interrupt your brother. I mean, let's have Vasco to land his thought on this one. Vasco, go ahead. You have.
And this is it. Look, I told people that was some of my point I was preaching. Look, you talking about Tinubu today, Nigeria. They're crying. They see what I've been crying. Even when I in America, yeah. You see what happened in America. Look, when you're talking.
So Vasco, is it about age or productivity?
Nessie.
Because I see you trying to push this whole age thing that
because
was the centerpiece of the campaign for several months, and then that age conversation did not bring about any result. And here you are.
And this is
a massive defeat. You're coming back to talk about age, Vasco.
This is what we're in now. When we're telling people at that level, your decision making, it is weak. So we have to be careful how we make choices.
So it's psychology now.
Okay, no. Moba, please don't interrupt.
But you seeing it. Like I always saying, if the place the CDC government left the country, go back 6 months ago and see where are we now. What is the change? In fact, they keep increasing the suffering. They keep increasing everything in the country. That's what we're saying. So if the president cannot make some decision for the country, what do you expect? There will be massive suffering in the country.
Thank you.
And that's
Thank you, Vasco. Thanks a lot, Vasco. I think that's a great point and a great way to start the show now. Just a few updates before coming to our actual conversation for tonight. So the first one I want to take home is the alert or the warning coming from the National Disaster Management Agency. Now, yesterday, we woke up to serious flooding situation across Monrovia. I was not in Monrovia yesterday, but I came across a couple of videos and everything on the social media with respect to how much of a flooding situation we had. Even the entire rehab seriously flooded. But you want to go back to some of what we've discussed here. This issue was discussed some time ago when the very agency that is responsible for disaster, came up to say that Liberians should brace themselves that there will be some serious flooding situation. Not much was done. And then we find ourselves in the situation today. The folks are telling us, the National Disaster Management Agency is saying that more than 100,000 Liberians will be affected by disaster this rainy season. More than 100,000. You're not talking about 1,000. So imagine you put 1,000 people in a room. You put 2,000 people in a room. 3,000. The folks are saying, can we please mute all of us? Can we kindly mute? The folks are saying that more than 100,000 people will be affected by the flooding situation in the country. So Liberians should brace themselves. So it means that the few people we saw that were affected, or those who are currently homeless, is just a drop in the ocean. There will be more people homeless. Now, but what we are yet to get, especially from these conversations, are the solutions. The solutions. Today, at the Senate, there was a back and forth between two senators. Senator Sarjo said, the two Montserrat County senators, and Senator DeLong. One was saying that the flooding is an emergency situation, and in fact, they should summon the relevant agencies and give the disaster management more support. The other was saying that, look, y'all get a people permit during your administration, during your time, y'all get a people permit to construct in these places where you have water, the waterway, the alleys, and everything. And there was a back and forth. But politics aside, the fact remains that flooding is a serious situation that is affecting and is going to affect thousands of Liberians as per the predation so far. What are the issues? The situations associated with that? That's another thing we can talk about another time. But this is the situation. This is exactly where we are when it comes to the flooding issue in the country. Now, the House of Representatives, on the other hand, today, they summoned the Minister of Foreign Affairs. They summoned the management of the RIA, the Airport Authority, and also the Minister of State for Presidential Affairs. Why? Why are these three officials or three entities summoned? They said for disrespecting the former president, for denying access to the RIA. They're summoning those three individuals, those three entities, to give reasons why they had to disrespect the former president of the country. Now, why this is happening, the Liberian People Party is one of those institutions that have not been in the news for a very long time. The LPP, the party that our own brother Toure neglected, withdrew his support from, and joined the rescue train. The party is in the news this time, and one of those persons in the party who have been a political ally of the Baka Ikun administration, this time around is seriously criticizing the administration. He has condemned this current administration. According to him, the cabinet is largely people from Lofa County, is dominated by Lofians, and that with 100 days in power, or the 100 days deliverable of this administration, they fell way below the belt. The LPP chairman, Yankwe Zaza, is saying that President Baraka promised to form an inclusive government that will reflect regional balance, but the president fell short of his promise. No, but why he's saying this, the person who served as vice president to Councilor Tiawon Gonglo is currently the EPA director, Environmental Protection Agency, Dr. Ure Yapaulo. Ture, that's his name, right? Your former vice tenor. He's the
correct. Yes.
At the EPA. But the chairman, on the other hand, is saying that the government is not inclusive and the president fell below the belt, especially when he promised Liberian people that he would have formed an inclusive government, that there is no inclusivity. Let me sound like Dr. Larry Bople. There is no inclusivity, rather there is exclusivity. So this is where we are. And he says, we need a government that will reflect all regions of the country. Now, a lot is going on, but let's stop here and get into the conversation. Now, starting with this whole inclusive government, the issue being raised by the LPP political, let's say the LPP chairman. Now, this is a party that pledged support to President Bakai. The LPP of Councilor Tiawon Gonglo, though there were concerns when they pledged their support as to why was Councilor Tiawon Gonglo not visible in all of the activities after the support was pledged. But at the end of the day, they pledged their support. Dr. Yapaulo is now at the EPA. Is this man speaking out? Is he condemning the government now because he, as a chairman, did not get his own share of the cake? Look, or is there something happening at the level of the party? Why is he not pointing out the fact that the chairman, his VP, his vice tenor bearer, now has a job in the government? Is he being tribalistic, or is he speaking his truth? Is he, saying it the way it should be? Can every single person, is it possible for every single person who supported the government to get a job? Is he right when he said that this government is a government that is not inclusive, is not considering all other persons, bringing people on board who did not even support them, bringing people on board from different counties? Let's start the conversation from there. Now, let's start with you, Toure, because this is your chairman, Chairman Zaza, and then we can take on the rest of the conversation from there.
Well, let me tell you this, Nelson. There are other political parties and politicians and state actors and actresses that when they speak, they're only speaking with their motivation for speaking is based on party sentiment or trying to just speak for the sake of speaking with absolutely no iota of truth. But we're talking about a political party that stands for integrity. Make no mistake. And when the Liberian People Party, we are not in the news for foolishness. Whenever we get in the news, we are in the news for law and order. We are in the news for accountability, transparency. And
Toure, you want to drill us, carry us, left and right?
No. You see, I want to first establish a distinction. That's what I want to first establish.
But politicians are politicians. Political parties are political parties.
No. But everybody have record. Everybody have track records. All right? There are track records, Nelson. I think we should establish that on the issue from the get-go. Yes, there are politicians and there are politicians. But there are politicians that speak truth. And there are also politicians that are in the business of sampling that very truth. Right? When we talk about Nelson, I don't know the statistics, and I'm not going to sit there to pretend and tell you, say, I know exactly if this government is diverse across the board. Right? If every county is represented equally. I'm not going to sit here to tell you, say, I know that. That I'm not going to do, because if I do that, I'll be claiming something that will be here contempt, because I know I don't. But when people with authority, when people that have working government, that know state actors and actresses, the people like Town Gonglo that have been in that space for a very long time, when they speak, we should listen. Nelson, we can disagree with politics.
But again, Ture, you're gonna have your 1 minute to conclude. But Ture, the chairman is saying one thing, but the reality on the ground is different.
Well,
the chairman is saying that this government is not including other people when it comes to jobs. But the chairman is not telling the Liberian people that his Vastin Abero has a job in the government serving at a strategic position where he's employing, or he has the ability to employ lots of his partisans to that position at the EPA.
When the chairman make that claim, right? Then look across the board. How many how many of our partisans that are really working this government, right? Because I don't like to go with the tribal aspect of it, because I think that one is just a nonsense, right? That we have to get Manimupo have to be here, Kisipo, Loma people, Pelepo, all that crap. That's a nonsense. I think it should be based on merit, right? That's how I look at it. It should be based on merit, all right? Then we'll surprise why is it our country is the way it is. Because people in position that don't have the credential, that don't have the prerequisite experience to serve in this position, just because you're trying to appease to the public, or you want to bring your government in a sense where, I have inclusion by bringing people in that don't have the prerequisite experience or qualification to serve.
But do you agree with him on that? Do you agree with him?
Look, at the end of the day, like I said, Nelson, I'm not going to say that I agree or disagree with him because I don't know all of the facts. Maybe he's privileged.
But he's saying that the government has fallen short when it comes to her promise of creating a government of inclusion.
But that's
regardless of the party you served in, regardless of which party you supported, once the Unity Party wins, everybody will feel free to do their job.
And Nelson, let me tell you this: he could have a lot of privileges of having some of these, statistical, facts to back up what he's saying. Because you know what I mean. When people go into collaboration, like in the case of the Liberian People's Party and the Unity Party, there were a lot of stuff that was discussed. Because people can't just join in collaboration like that. Maybe that was some of Unity Party's pitching.
Okay, so the Senator Prince Johnson situation is what we're coming back to. You promised us some positions. You're not giving it to us. So we'll come back to talk.
Right.
And yeah, okay.
Right, so when people see that the government is not coming, or at least owning up to some of those promises or pledges, then obviously people start to talk. And I think that's what it. And I think that is fair enough, and that should happen. If someone promises you something, or at least say, okay, there's going to be a government of inclusion, right? And people are not seeing that. People are seeing maybe one country carrying 50% of it. Then of course we have the right to speak.
Thank you very much. I want us to move to Francis, then we're going to take Vasco, and then Mobile will be last on this topic. They will make our transition. But let's do this. Francis, whenever we talk about this issue about government of inclusion, the first thing that a lot of people will go to is that same premise. The time the president was speaking during the campaign, when he said each county will be represented in the cabinet. A lot of people have interpreted that to mean that Grand Julia County will get one minister, Sano County will get one minister, Baza County will get one minister. So the 15 counties will get 15 ministers before we start sharing the other ministerial positions to the other different places. Now, this chairman of the LPP is saying that, look, the government has fallen short when it comes to creating a government of inclusion. The chairman, he's saying that, but his Vastin Abero works in the government. He controls an entire environmental protection agency.
Yeah, Nelson. Jennifer, I can't do that. I'd like to address something quickly. Our brother Marius Scott posted in the comment section when we gave our 1 minute opinion that we're giving strength to the opposition because of us speaking against the President Barker administration. But brother, we are not partisan hacks over here. So long our people in Liberia are being taken care of, they got the basic needs met. I don't care who leading them. It can be the very incompetent CDC party that just left, or it can be Tewan Gonglo himself, whatever the case may be. I don't care who there. So many people in Liberia can afford their basic needs. Their children getting quality education, good healthcare, and security. I don't care who there. So now I'm giving opposition strength. So I just want you to understand our bro. But let's address the issue here. Now people should try to look at the issue. This whole tribalism thing or regional stuff, if that was the case, right? Then the South issue have been the most developed place in the country in the last 6 years. Because the president ancestral route from Grand Crew, right? The Southeast suck. He told the people that 6 months remain, he faced that rule. So you see, it doesn't matter if the person is from your region or from your county. If they don't know what they are doing, if the administration doesn't know what they are doing, it doesn't matter. They can bring everybody from one county. That county may still be the worst. So don't even think about it. Think about, focus on who's coming. If you get somebody from Nima, Minister of Public Works, will you say because he made from Nima County, he shouldn't go face the role in Sano County? You don't want Nima County Minister facing role in Sano? That's what you say? That's the reason why our people continue to suffer, because the government officials, they use us like that. They play the politics. Oh, you see, he got 20 points from Lofao. The other person not from here. But look at how the Southeast, how many people came from the South in the last administration? The Southeast was still isolated during recently. That's the first example I'm look at. Please, you have focus on who can do the job, who can get it done right. If everybody come from Magibi, but Maryland Road is connected, hospital in Bapolu have medication, security people in Riverside, don't care where they come from. Because the only time you focus on that, when you see only local country getting developed, because there's so local country people in the government. But that's not happening. So don't let it, when they tell you that stuff, anybody can tell you that stuff. Run behind them. If the government official kick them, they don't even listen. They're insulting you. They're insulting you. I want to do that stuff.
Thank you.
They are liars. If they're from Bapolu will not be developed. Because they don't know what they're doing. They're corrupt, or they don't even know what they are doing. The last day there, South issue have been the most developed place in the country, if that's what coming original appointment is. But focus on who can get the job done. And so far, we have seen from all of our leaders for the past 12 years early, 6 years of John Weir, and now this 6 months of President Boga, none of them can get a job done. That's what they're telling us. None of them can get a job done. Thank you.
Thank you, Francis. Thanks a lot. Vasco, let's hear from you, and then we're going to take Moba quickly as we make our transition here.
Yeah, thank you, Nelson. You know, when people come out and speak, sometimes we have to know what it's speaking of. Because before a political party can give support to another political party, there will always be discussion. So I won't just come to you and pledge my support with all you telling me what am I going to benefit just in case we win. And we saw it. There were a lot of promises. People had meetings during the second round of the election. So who knows? President Boga is somebody who just promise, and he don't fulfill his promise. So imagine this party sat down, they waited for almost 6 months before coming our one press conference. So which means they've been so mature, thinking that something will happen for them. And you understand? But then nothing. Who knows that maybe because Yagbawolo almost for the same belt with the president, so you might want to get a job. But how many persons do you know in our party that they promised something and up to now they can't get it? So what you're expecting to say, that is fair enough, that the president, he don't live according to his promises. And his entire government is a divisive government. Majority of the people that he employed, they're all from Lofa County. We saw everybody complaining, we saw prisoners complaining around here. We saw the people from Akko complaining around here. And that is what he said to us. He promised these people, he said, look, All the county would distribute the ministerial position to all the counties. And so you come back to all and interpret that statement. But if you say something like that, which means every county will get a ministerial position. I'm talking about the head. But today, look around you.
Thank you.
Look around you. Local county dominating.
You know, but
Vasco,
in the first place, Vasco, should it even be about county? Should we even be discussing county or President Braga get job to more people from the other county and then I get job to more people from the other different? Should we even have a conversation around these county issues?
Yeah, that's it, yes. You know the reason why people having the conversation around the county issue? Because when you are running campaign, things you're going to say, people will keep it and it will hold you by it. These are the things President we have promised and President Baka promised the Liberian people. That President we are government was a southeastern government. His government will not be that way. His government, he will make sure that everybody share the cake.
Thank you.
Can we see it?
Let's take mobile quickly, then we make our transition.
Thank you, Nelson. I will not dive into the political issues. I'm going directly to Ansu Dolet.
What is Ansu Dolet?
The National Disaster Management Agency. He's
but we're not there yet. Yeah, we're not there yet. We're gonna go there hereafter.
But Nelson, anyway.
Okay, you want us to? Okay, but then
I agree. Let me go to that politics thing because look, Nelson will come here. We say what we want to say. All the things we're talking about, people talking about how.
Okay, so the guy went off, so he's gonna come back. But I want us to make the transition now. We have a situation with flooding in the country, and there are a few of the videos. I'm gonna bring some other ones, but I think we have some here already. Let me see if I can pull out some of the ones here. Okay, take a look at this.
Hours now, and now you see traffic along this road due to overflow of water on the street. There are several areas in Painesville that have been affected by this water. So you see from this angle, this is reported today. My name is Godfrey Badupanza. Bring you live from Painesville along the Edewe Junction, SKD Boulevard Road.
So folks, we are live here in Painesville, to be precise, at the Edewe Junction and the SKD Boulevard. This is Painesville. The flood has taken over the road and pedestrians have found it so difficult to cross and out of the car. So we just crossed, and this is just the prelude.
So that's just one. I want to get another one coming here. This one was posted by Cindy. I think a lot of you saw that from rehab, where the former president, the current president, and the current speaker all reside in rehab. Another serious flooding situation there. And then following all of those different issues of flooding, today the two senators, Senator Sah Joseph and Senator Dillon, had an exchange. I want you to take a look at this as well, just before we get to this particular issue. Let's hope we can get this coming. Okay, so this is it.
Areas where people used to move freely because of the building that at the construction on the waterway, people are not moving freely that way. That's what I'm saying. Government is continuing to government people are there. Government is saying you can't do that.
I am saying what was wrong yesterday we said was wrong. We will not back it today. We keep the teacher. So we will need. No. So, Mr. President, the Senate distinguished body, I will forget about mentioning my putting me in agreement with him because apparently he doesn't get what I'm saying.
I don't need to get what you're saying.
No.
I don't need to get what you're saying.
This issue is an outstanding issue. For us to bring it up now is for us to take action. That's what I'm saying. They were wrong yesterday. They think they were wrong yesterday. That some of us saw, that some of did not see, and they told you not to see the wrong or to make it right. We cannot remind them that they don't want to make it wrong. That's what I'm saying.
So he's proposing that we call the entity involved before plenary to ask them some questions.
Meanwhile,
Are you in agreement with that?
What I'm being agreement with that is a long-term action. It is a long-term action.
The short term is to empower those
institutions now is to empower the disaster relief agency and last institution. To empower it.
Okay, so the lawmakers are debating on the need to empower the disaster management agency. But while this is going on, this is what's happening. What? Water. So you were not hearing okay. What? Okay, so there you have it. Now, Mama, let's start with you on this one, and then but in the midst of everything we're seeing here, the disaster management agency is saying that we're going to see over 100,000 people being affected this year alone.
Yeah, take it. First, I will start with Dillon and the Honorable Dillon and Sir Joseph issue. You see, we all understand, like, when everything in Liberia we consider to be politics, until time will come, will be a serious situation, and people will tell, and a lot of people, make fun out of it, like, okay, the politics. But the Honorable Dillon was saying the truth. During Georgia regimes, they hold a lot of people money to build on the water line. They never talk about it. Sir Joseph never speak about it. They never talk about it in the house. But today, then he won't come back and say, oh, the people there build on the water line are the reason. During your regime, you know how many concerts, you know how many private went on, people give money to your own construction company in government to build on water line, you never do no assessment. So it's glaring. So we shouldn't come in. I much don't want to speak politics about this, but I still need to be real to ourselves. But
but Moba, should we? Is there any reason why we should go back to what happened yesterday?
No.
To say, on a CDC period, people were constructing in those waterways, and the Ministry of Public Works put a stop notice there, but they still went ahead and
look,
construction. Is there any reason why you should blame the previous administration for that?
Yes, Nancy, if you empower, you get all authority to stop anything in the country. Because you know what? You get a government in your hand, you get a law enforcement, you get a police. And let me not generalize, put it into one category. You get a law enforcement in your hand. So end of the day, if you say something, people will listen to you. If they want to listen to you, you take the law into your, you go according to the law. So I think that the past government, they don't want what it costs for the identical incident to happen like this. But let me go to the solution. According to Ansu Dolet, I just saw one of a quotation and I really enjoyed what he said. I was just looking through it now on the internet. He said they are contacted the World Bank and other NGO entity and other entity that are willing to help because they want to sit like the past government sat down and did nothing. Although we want to, but we got to measure them to at least so people can know that the government doing something. I came here first, I bash at them, I tell them like what is the solution to the problem. But now when I go through a quotation, I saw a lot of development issues. So I got to say, right? He said they are talking to a lot of people, and it is good. When something happening like in every country, you come up with press conference, you get an alarm, and then you bring a solution. That's what he did. And I'm commending for it. He tell the people that we are working tirelessly to make sure all these things, people who will be affected. What happened? We will come in and help them.
Mobile. Sometimes forget that quotation press releases.
But
so nothing they can be. So some of these things.
It's not flat. It's not flat.
Anyway, just conclude.
Seconds.
Just conclude 30 seconds. Let's bring to
that government working is not individual. The people working with international people. They are not. They're sitting and we're monitoring the put in a ballot. No. They're working for the common good of all Liberians. So based on that issue, they are sending their complaint out to international panel, to NGO for help, for assistance. And they commend them. Thank you, yes. Okay, we'll look into it and we'll help to see all the people are being affected. And we'll try to compensate and see what we can do to help them. So that's how a mature government does. It's not like the past government. We saw a lot of these things happening. There was no press conference. There was no solution, even a plan to help the Liberian people. So when we discuss the issue, we discuss issue based on the fact. That's the reason why the government, let me conclude. That's the reason why this government is different from the past government. Because when we see things that is not right, we'll say it. Where it's right, we'll say it.
Thank you. Let me hold you there a bit, Mobile, and I'll bring Toure on next. But this issue about flooding is not the first. And there are some specific areas here in Monrovia that there will be flooding every single year. Okay, granted, someone may say that this is the Unity Party's first how do you call it? Rainy season, right? Since this government was integrated, this is their first rainy season they have to face. But come to think about the Clarendon-Vartan corridor. Whenever it rains, that place is on top of the water. Her guys find it difficult. In fact, sometimes the roads are blocked. Come to think about Dole community, the West Point area. Former President Sirleaf tried to do some relocation exercise and all of that. It didn't work. Come to think about Boulevard Junction, where one of the guys did that video from. Time in and time out, people constructed on the waterway. Now, what Senator DeLong was saying was that under the previous administration, they gave a permit to some of those people to construct in these places. Now, but you go to the Ministry of Public Works, Josilia Tapla, who is now one of the deputy ministers, I remember vividly sometime in 2018-19 thereabout, a zoning department only for zoning was created at the Ministry of Public Works. There was a great interview with we're coming, go out, the zoning department will make sure we reach out, we'll zone the country, we'll put the zone, all the kind of thing there. 6 years after, this is where we are. As to whether we have a functional zoning department at the Ministry of Public Works, well, that's another question or discussion for another day. The last time we spoke about it, our brother Raymond said the zoning department only get one car. Maybe that's why they're not doing what they're supposed to do. But this is where we are. Today, I mean, let's hear a take on this issue.
Yeah, Nancy. There's the saying that says in physics that was whatever goes up must come down. You know, and if you build a road or at least try to construct a house and you not give it alleyway or you don't give it emergency outlet, no drainage, no nothing, what do you expect? You know, I mean, look, you know, Liberia is just, that's why when I say sometimes Liberian country, people won't get mad at me. Because we don't behave like it. We have all of the agency. We got people that are responsible for zoning. We got the EPA. We got all of the agency. We got lands and mines. All of the people are on payroll. All of the people are getting paid. But somewhere, somehow.
Three.
Our internet
Did the EPA arrest
okay, the man is back. There's somebody calling the main line. Like the problem about people see you on live.
Go ahead. I don't know if somebody call me.
I know.
Somewhere, somehow, all these people are on payroll. All these people getting paid. All these people getting dressed in the morning to go to work. But nothing is getting done. Now, somebody make that to make sense to me. Make that make sense. All right? People construct any kind of way they want to construct in our country. Nobody, even when you tell them this is a drainage line, nobody care. People just do whatever they got to do. And then guess what? This is Mother Nature. Mother Nature, if you fail to create route for it, guess what, Nelson? It's going to create its own route, right? Under no circumstances, you will find any city around the world that water is flooded in a kind of manner. Like they will say in the street like this, if there is not a disaster happening somewhere. This is from a natural rain, bro. This is a rain. Imagine, God forbid, if this was something else. What's gonna happen? So you know what I'm saying? That country, I'm telling you, man, that morally there, that one part another conversation. Everybody doing anything they want to do. Nobody respecting nothing. But meanwhile, you have the agency, you got a country that have all of its branches of government, right? Different entities are supposed to enforce, regulate, you know, but yes, they're getting paid, but nothing is getting done. That's not brother for you, my people. We are in a pickle. You know, we are in a pickle. Look, it is so bad. And one thing I know about the government, this government, the current Unity Party government, this JNB's government, they put know how to talk. They will mesmerize you with their big words. Ansu Dollar did well today. You know, the man know what he's talking about. You know, he said some good things. But it all comes down to implementation. They will tell you all this sweet in it. But that's not even this government. We saw that in CDC government. Samuel Chow kind of mesmerize everybody with a budget. You know what I'm saying? When we do that, it won't happen. Look, that's our country. And it's so sickening, so sad, bro, that every single time we go through this from government to government and nothing changes. It is pathetic.
Thank you, Ture. You know, you struck a very important point, and Vasco will come to you next. Several agencies, entities, functionaries of government set up to address almost the same issue. You tell me the EPA, the Disaster Management Agency, what's stopping these people from producing some sort of result? How come we have Environmental Protection Agency that is not doing a single research to predict anything that's going to happen anyhow, anyway to us? The last time the EPA came out, the only thing they said, yeah, man, not eat any fish in the other water because the plastic, the people choking in the water, the fish can swallow the plastic, and the plastic can decay, all that kind of stuff. But let's hear you, Vasco. Do you for any reason think that we need to filter these functionaries? Maybe take us some, put some in, so like the way we have what? We have Ministry of what? Planning, right?
Yeah.
Planning. We take that planning thing, we turn it in finance. Ministry of Finance and Development Planning. Finish. By the way, go ahead. Let's hear you, Vasco.
Yeah. Thank you. You know, some discussion, you don't have to politicize it. Like I hear my brother trying to, CDC took money from people and they build on the alleyway and this and that. I don't know when you came to America. I was born in Liberia. From the dope of time where I used to live, the water used to follow the whole place. Up to the time I came to America, the water been following the street of Monrovia. So early time, whether they collected money to build on the other way, the water came and flooded up here on the rain. Once we get in rainy season, we always experience this. So the problem here is we got agencies, we got ministries that are responsible for those kind of a thing. What are they doing? Years upon years, those people sat there and they just eating money. Like today, the press conference for that man, it was belated. We all know in America there was some disaster and other stuff to take place. People can let us know ahead of time. They got special people responsible for that. So if you have somebody at that place, if it wasn't going to rain, we were not going to hear anything. Or if the street were not going to get flooded, we're not going to hear anything from them. They're not going to sit there and eat money and get paid. So I don't know. I already know. Is it that the lawmaker don't give these people a good amount of money in their budgets and whatsoever for them to be able to do what they're supposed to do in those places? Yeah, I mean, for that one, there is no politics in this one because look, we all know that thing that happened yesterday was a flaw, and we all know flood take place when the rainwater and the ocean there get filled and water come. So that thing people talking about, oh, people building the alleyway, people build this one. That thing yesterday, Liberia not looking at any developing country. They build our country with a very poor drainage system. From the time that people started building our country up to present, imagine some of those drainages, those people put on there from 1847. Some of them stay over there. Government can, government go, government can, government go. Nobody even thinking about how to improve it. That is a Liberia there for you. And now the country is getting to a point now. People now start building all in the swamp, cutting the mangoes and whatsoever. I can remember where I was living. We used to go fishing right behind our place there. But that whole area, you go there now, 11th Street, in the swamp, that whole place, just city, people now build all in that swamp. That place where they used to go catch our buka. People living all over there. So the water that used to open those drainages, the water pass and go get to the Dew River back there. Now, small rain kind of Dew River, boom, it coming. And we have to, this is the time for our people to really look into this thing and find a solution. And then my one disappointment can come on our lawmaker then. I'm telling you, now I can tell people, Liberia don't need lawmaker. What we doing with these people? What the help those people giving the ordinary people? The money that they put just to build in our house, year upon year, that money will carry on good things in our country for our people. Now, not every country need lawmaker there.
Of course.
But Vasco, then who makes the law? Who makes the law?
People.
Nancy, Liberia, not country that lacking law. The law being there ever since. That law what they put down.
Okay, so who make amendments to the law? If you know, Vasco, you want the president to make amendment.
No, Nancy, say these people been over there. How many amendments they have made? I can remember the few times when President William came out to reduce the tenure of lawmaker. They play politics all in. They say President William wants to stay in power to reduce to reduce that thing. And the president thing, they play politics all in. So they're going for 9 years. Free money.
Thank you. Thank you, Vasco.
I can see coming outside taking something, cabinet in the conference of town. But you're eating free money, that's it.
Thank you, Vasco. But
that's true. Vasco saying.
No, let's
go over there. Someone will be president. All president who will dissolve that whole thing. What they call lawmaker.
But Vasco, president cannot.
Yeah, got called by man. They're crying.
Who will use the people, Nelson? Who will use the people?
Thank you.
Who will use the people?
Let's hold Vasco there and take Francis. Francis, go ahead quickly. Let's
Vasco now. I agree with Vasco. Let me go ahead quickly. Just give Vasco a whole story time.
Yeah,
I mean,
but Francis, go ahead. You
yeah,
had
that's
your
why you
free
can do
time.
intentionally. When you want the person to talk a long time, then he can go behind the scene. When the person go 2 minutes, go behind the scene and come out in 3 minutes time. But anyway, I'll take the time I
Oh,
got.
but listen to what Lin Lakpo is saying. Listen to what Lin Lakpo is saying. So since you want,
I know, right? Okay, Lin, I agree with you, bro. I'll give Vasco 5 more minutes. Yeah, the only thing today, but anyway,
Vasco on point on that one,
that's what you see.
100%. You know my
Something
brother can
happening in
go
our
back and
country
forth, but
because
it man, he
Mama,
nailed
let
right
me
there.
take my
They love
time.
me got out of the party.
Mama,
Let me
not
take my time.
because you wore record to then I beg you. Please get our brother.
And
chance
they
to
see
talk.
me there, right? Dinero.
This stuff happening everywhere. It's about how the architectural nature of the place, right? My brother Ture, right there came there next to me in New Jersey. I came there. Every time it rained for an hour, that do river in Camden, that came in small. Everywhere because they have all infrastructure, that drainage system is so old. And the problem with Liberia, let's say Monserrato, specifically around Monrovia area there, that Monserrato was not built for the amount of people that are there today. Monserrato was not built for the amount of people that are there today, especially Monrovia. The drainage system out there, it was not built to hold the amount of houses that are there right now. Then moreover, we got people building over the sewer line, the water line, all this stuff. That part of the major issue got there. But as a government, sometimes you have to make the hard decision. Bulldoze these people houses that building on alleyway, that building over the water line, the sewer line. Because if you get a little piece of land, for God's sake, the government not even chase it, you say, oh, get permit for this, get permit for that. But the least you can do as a citizen, get a survey to know where your alleyway is, where your water line is, and things like that. You don't just go build a colony here. Because if you build an alleyway, that's a risky situation too, because for the person that behind you. Because if we ever get a good healthcare system where there's ambulance that can come and pick people up, if you build an alleyway, how will they get to the people behind you? People don't think. These are so many things. The government sucks. Then our people too, we don't use our head when we're constructing our homes. You build houses, five houses people build like, bro, they don't even build drainage in front of their houses. So that when the water is coming from the road, it just goes straight into the drainage. People don't even do stuff like that. So that's the problem we have. People need to use something. Then we come to public work. Like everybody have said. Come on now. I think this problem will be solved a little bit when we give power back to local authorities in the federal counties. Let these superintendents and city mayors be elected by the people. Let the people take control of their counties. But you got people that are running the whole country from Monrovia, like Monrovia is the whole country. Nobody care about outside. Anytime they talk about development, it's because they did it in Monserrato County. That's bad. So, and the place is so crowded. The entire country, Monserrato County is one of the smallest counties if you look at the map. But it has more than half of the population of the country. Then everybody build a little zinc shop here, everybody build a little more house here, everybody build a little thing here. So the water will always find a way. Water will always find a way. You cannot block it. The only way you can do it, you have to create passage for water. It will follow that place. But right now, everybody building in front of wherever. So nothing happening. All the drainage now clogged. Everything blocked. There's no way that issue will be addressed unless the decentralized Monserrato, and then they install new drainage system. But we don't have that kind of money. So they need to focus on other counties. Monserrato County is a lost cause.
And then maybe, I mean, what do you think? The Liberia Water and Sewer Corporation now should be carry on some sort of survey or whatever, working alongside the Ministry of Public Works to come up with maybe a new drainage or sewage plan for our country. You know, how we can, redesign or maybe improve on what we already have to avoid these kinds of issues.
But guess what? When they come out with that new plane, you know what they will do? You can force a size 10 foot into a size 7 shoe. It will not fit. Most riders are lost cause. If they come out with a new plane, let them experiment with that plane in a different county after Monserrato. Monserrato, they should just try to maintain what's going on and hope it doesn't go under the water. But they should start focusing on other counties outside that is not populated and regulate the construction of homes in those counties. That the only way Liberia will get better. Monserrato is done.
Thank you. Now, I wanted to make a quick transition now to this whole conversation. And that's something I want us to talk about a bit. Well, maybe we will end up with the action that was taken today by the House of Representatives to summon the three entities: Ministry of State for Presidential Affairs, Airport Management, and that of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, on grounds that they disrespectfully denied former President Weah entry or usage of the VIP lodge at the airport. Yes, we'll come back to that, but I want us to talk about this issue now, and rightly so. And someone sparked this conversation when you spoke of the voting process in our country, the basis on which people vote, what we should do in case we want to change, the recycle politicians, and at a point, the conversation appears as if you're targeting somebody or a particular group of people. But if it is about bringing on a new breed of politicians, so let's take, for example, President Bouaka now has been in this space for a long time. Let's take the pre-war era, post-war Liberia. Since 2005, President Bouaka need been in Liberian politics. Since 2005, President George Weah need been in Liberian politics. Okay, by 2017, Mr. Kumi's then started coming into the picture too. He didn't go in Liberian politics, but you go back since 2005, thereabout. Senator Prince Johnson's name has been in Liberian politics, not as in the era before that time now, but I'm talking about when everything got settled. He's been in Liberian politics, still a senator, one of the longest serving lawmakers in the country. And then this conversation comes out about the need to take a look at how we vote people. And some people want to look at this as the reason why Liberia is the way it is. Because to some extent, we have one group of people who have been within this corridor. It's either they're in government now, and 2 years after, 3 years after the man was speaker, they move the man goes sit on the bench, he strategizes, he goes in some country, reorganize, he comes back, he's in government. Or he was not in government, he was put out either because he didn't perform, and once he's out, he supports a particular government that's about to win, he gets back into government. Maybe ministerial director and all those kinds of different positions. Where does the issue lie? Where do we fix things from? And I know when I talk about fix things, and Toure is thinking about the Prophet Key kind of fix things. No, that's not the Prophet Key kind of fixing things. But where do we get to fix the system from? Is it the way it is because of the recycled politicians we keep bringing back on the table? Is it the way it is because of our thought process, the way we go about voting as a people, the basis on which we elect people in our country? I mean, let's have a conversation from here. Toure, let's have you coming in, and then we can move to Vasco, and then Francis, and then Mobile, and then we see if we have time enough.
So Nelson, that is such a unique, perfect question that sort of like set the stage for all of the conversation that we're having tonight. Nelson, this is the problem we have. Until we can make government less attractive, until we can make government less lucrative, people will continue to find their way into politics than any other venture in Liberia. That is the reason why every other sector in Liberia is less attractive. You talk about education. Nobody want to be a teacher. Teacher all want to become politician now, right? Agriculture. Nobody want to plan. Nobody want to make farm. Everybody want to go into politics. And people, even people that are coming to start some kind of garden, they are trying to do some kind of garden community so that they can gather some kind of support and run for representative or senator somewhere. So everything about the country has been polarized to politics and politics only. I've said this, we said this during the campaign, that if you look at these great United States, Nelson, people who don't get into politics here to serve people. They don't get in there to self-aggrandized. That's not their goal of entering politics. If not, some of these lawmakers in America here, they can go into their individual fields and make millions of dollars. You know what I'm saying? But these people go into there to serve people. When they want to advance certain policy, they go there to try to sort of like, galvanize their peers to advance certain agenda. That's the only motivation behind people in America getting into politics. But Liberia is nothing else. These guys are not going to politics to help the masses that they claim to help. They're going in there to self-aggrandize, to advance their own greedy selfish.
And let's put it this way, Ture, just before moving to Vasco, let's put it this way. Every single government that comes to the Liberian people, maybe after 6 years, they will always talk about how messy the system is.
Exactly.
We'll always talk about the ills. The system is rotting. We need to change it.
Yeah.
And until Mr. Cummings came with you can't keep doing the same thing and expect a different result. But in the midst of everything we're talking about here, in some cases, the same group of people. Okay, Unity Party was there for 12 years. CDC was talking to the people, the system not good, the system rotting. The people that didn't want to make the system rotting. Liberian people put CDC there for 6 years. The Unity Party came back, the people not good, the system rotting. The people damaged the system. Then the Liberian people came again and put Unity Party back. I mean, is it about us, the citizens, or is it about the fact that we just keep putting the recycle politicians? The same group of people, when we finish with the other group, we put another group there. When we tie with that group that there, then we bring the same group that we put on the substitute bench, then we bring it back.
Nelson, like my political leader said, that government is not to enrich yourself. If you want to enrich yourself, go into the public sector. All right? Government is not a place, it's a place to serve, not to steal. Nelson, if you see to it that every time you have some of these defeated, disgruntled, disgraced politicians and coming, recycling, coming to America here, calling us for community hall event, getting our OO tablet and laptop there to go by Liberia and run. We know them. We know them. They come here. Mobala, Francis Allah, they come here, they invite us to churches. We go to these places, they tell us this stuff is not happening, this and that. They come here to us. But Nancy, let me tell you, they will always revert back to politics because you know what? It's like a drugs. Politics, and I hate to say this, for all those that are suffering from drugs abuse or substance abuse, I'm not trying to belittle what you guys are going through. But politics in Liberia is like a drugs. These guys get addicted to politics because they understand that they cannot make their way in any other venture in this life without politics. That's why they will do everything. They will do everything. I mean, everything humanly possible to find themselves back into.
At At this point, is there a need? Do you see any need to bring on board a new breed of politicians?
Oh yes, absolutely, absolutely, Nelson. You see, change cannot happen like that. Change happens when you really do self-assessment and do an assessment across the board, knowing exactly what have become the issue for such a long period of time. Old people don't bring any new ideas. New people do. All right. If you are old, you are old. You don't bring new ideas. All right. You can only maintain the status quo for what you know. But new people, new breed of people, they come with different ideas. They come with different intention and direction.
So finally,
no. I know you want to come with a talking point, and I know Vasco shaking and you want to come with something. But let me tell you this: the only problem that Liberia has right now, Nelson. Let me tell you this: make government less attractive, right? In America, yeah, Dolu said this. Liberia is the only poorest country in the world that buys lucrative vehicle for these lawmakers. I mean, America, yeah. Nobody buying car for their senator or representative. Somebody ride train here for crying out loud. Do you know how many times Joe Biden rode a train from Wilmington, Delaware to Washington, D.C.? Do you know how many times he rode train? Public train, Nelson. That's what we're talking about.
I'm a living witness.
You know what I'm saying? We're buying the bigger than luxurious cars. They want to use them maybe for 6 months, 3 years, whatever the F it is. But let me tell you this, Nelson. Until we can make government less attractive, at least government less incentivize the whole process, people always go, that the government always look attractive and lucrative to these people. And nothing will be done in the public sector. Nothing will be done in terms of technology.
Thank you. So Ture, just a quick one, just a few seconds on this one. 2029. Do you think it will be prudent for this for Liberians to try a new breed of politicians?
Well, Nelson, we saw that this time around, though. You know,
which time?
A prelude to 2029 was brought to public notice. All right, when you see, because a lot of time we've been voting on ethnic line, right? But we did not see that this time. Let me give you an example. District number 2, Sekou Kene. Sekou Kene, they did not win district number 2 because of a Maningo vote. No. You know what I'm saying? Go there. I met my cousin. He did not win district number 2 because of a Maningo vote. Look at Musa Breda. Musa Breda won. All right? So there is this paradigm shift with how people look at politics, with how people vote.
Thank you.
You saw new politicians, right? You saw this guy, our senator from Bon County, Johnny Pay, right? These are new breed. You can see how that guy speak, right? People are coming with different faces, new faces.
Thank you.
But
thank you, Ture.
2023 was a prelude to 2029. So why should Labro change? Labro be different. Maybe let's get life to see 2029.
Thank you. Let's get a take on this Vasco, and then we move to Francis. And Mobile will take us to the phone lines because we're running out of time now.
Yeah, thank you, Nelson. And at least Ture concur with me when I said something about the age when it comes to politics, and especially Liberia. Nelson, I think for me, Liberians, we are the problem. I don't blame the politician in that country, Nelson. I blame we the people that can go vote for these people. Because why one person will, they think not just now, their treatment that government official, lawmakers have been, giving the Liberian people, it started from way back. But then we the same people that we vote, we can change. When we go today, we'll bring another man, give it to us for 6 years, 9 years. We'll go back again, we'll bring another group of people. Look, the citizen of a nation can make that nation to be a great one. If the people start to put the foot down, it will start to go to that house. Because that's where the real problem coming from. Over there, that 103%. If we go to that house and demand these people and demand that any other government will come will tell them that nobody, no government official will make this amount.
No, you know, Vasco, it's not really about the amount. Emmy, welcome to the show. It's not really about the amount, right, Vasco? I mean, this whole thing about the same breed of people, recycle politicians. Is this where our problem lies? I mean, every single administration have told us about the ills in the systems. Do we have the ills because of the recycle politicians? Or is it with us, Liberians, the way we go about maybe voting? Is there any way we can change the system? I mean, what would you suggest? Would you suggest an introduction of a whole new breed of politicians to the political landscape?
Nancy, I mean, I pray to God that one day we'll have people coming into that country that will try to change things. But for what I'm seeing, that country, Liberia, looking like a virus. And the virus enter in the system, and the other variant, there's no way you can get rid of it. There's no way. Imagine, someday you will see people talking, saying all the good things. But tomorrow, they put it in government. So I don't know what is happening. And even the people who go to vote for them, you can come today, you tell them, man, imagine somebody can tell you, say, I get only $3.50 in my account. But when you elect me, I will be giving you $1,000 every month. You sit down there, you look at that thing, you take it. You get out, man, not yet, I'm going to go start making it.
I know you want to bring Senator Dillon.
No, I'm not making an example.
But again, Vasco, you got to conclude, so we bring Francis in.
Yes, so Nelson, I mean, I don't know. And this is the reason why some of us, the generation that just left power, that was the generation that's supposed to change Liberia. Because in the 6th year of that generation, there are a lot of things you see in Liberia.
No, which generation are you talking about? Which generation?
Our generation.
No, you said our generation. No, Vasco.
Generation. George Weah, our generation. George Weah, our generation.
You know, Vasco, this is interesting.
Vasco. In the 50 something. That's our generation. Look at the number of young people.
Vasco.
Look at some of the things that happen in Liberia. But today,
so you're saying that only the George Weah generation could bring change to this country.
Oh yeah, you will come after
George Weah. I'm coming, Vasco. Is President George Weah not part of the old breed of politicians we're talking about here?
No. George Weah is a brand new politician. He's not part of Toba Nantibo. He's not part of Boakare.
2005.
He's not part of Tewa Gonglo.
Post-war Liberia, those were the people that were introduced to the Liberian political landscape in 2005. Post-war Liberia. Did you just forget that President George Weah contested in 2005?
He contested in 2005. That one making a new breed. I'm talking about people that who came from 1970, 1960, Nelson. That stay around the Grace Bay then. They stay around. They into the play. Look at the mayor, the other mayor, and the president mayor, and other advisor, on a political advisor or one thing. He can be dragging in foot. These are the people.
Thank you, Vasco. Thanks a lot. Let's hear from Francis. Francis, go ahead. Let's hear.
That mistake there will feed it for that mistake.
I'll work my way back. You know, I agree with Vasco that we need new breed of politicians, young people, but you know, sometimes not all young people are the same. George Weah people were built different. They were built different. They were opposite day for them. Because a man that went to the finest places in the world, had the most connection and stuff like that, reached to the highest peak in his sport. Lone Star was the worst in our country history under his leadership. For a man that played for Lone Star. So we want young people, but we gotta be careful how we pick the young people because we know there are other breed of young people who are watch. But let's just go to the whole thing about the recycle politician. That's what Liberia is suffering. And my brother Toure mentioned about, oh, Prince Johnson is the longest serving senator. And I had tell him, yeah, Prince Johnson, not 3 times being like that. He has served 18 years. By the time this term, he'll be 27. That's the problem with our country. When they talk about longest serving senator in the US, they talk about somebody who has won about 5, 6, 7 elections, re-elections. But you win 3, they say longest serving because you're there for 9 years each. Like, bro, that is criminal. You see why people can jump from one place to the other? Because they know that, I bet you right now, right? Project perform miracle and said today, all lawmakers will make $2,000 or more. That hope will be empty. But the people kind of, you give them 6 figures. Look at, tell me one thing you get called back and do if you are now a lawmaker that will make or successful maker or get family in Ghana and be living your best life. Tell me one thing you get called back is capable of doing.
Yeah, you get called back to do business. You drive
keke. No insult to the keke people. But the reason I'm saying this, you take a senator and pay that person in Liberia making over $150,000 United States dollars a year. And tell them we'll give you that money for 9 years straight. What incentive does that person have to do good? What incentive? None. You take a representative and stay 6 years, they pay more than $150,000 in US dollars in Liberia. And you say do well. The only thing they're fighting for is for re-election when they lavish. If I was a representative or a senator, I go over there, I just eat my money. I save my money for 9 years. I don't care if you re-elect me or not. That's your business. My pocket, no, nothing. Give me 1 second. My pocket is full. I like people need to understand this. Representative, they don't let a copy of the US. They need to bring these people term down and reduce their salary. Senators should come down to 6 years like the US. Representatives should come down to 2 years like the US. President should come down to 4 years like the US. Superintendent should be elected. Mayor should be elected. Let's see how attractive government will be. Bring the salary down to $2,000 or $3,000. Don't put it all, don't run away. But the people get rich for doing nothing. And all the people keep sending them back. How you expect change to happen? The recycle project, that all they know. Let me just go ahead and get rich. Let me go ahead and eat my own. Nothing will ever change in our country as long as we keep recycling the corrupt, good for nothing people.
Let's hear you, Emmy, and then we're going to take Frank's mobile the last. Or we could take mobile and then you take us home because I think there's feedback from the end. Mobile, can you go ahead?
Thank you, Nelson. You know, I listen to all my brothers, you know, they actually they nailed it. But let me come in with a little bit of analysis and research and stuff. You see, for every politician, people will say recycle, new politician, old politician, they are all the same. But what makes the difference is the mindset. Common sense. You can be 50 years
I'm
old.
sorry, Mobile. Yega did not have all these businesses around Morgan before he started making money. So you should check your facts.
Princess, don't do that.
The government money getting that business.
Princess, we can respond to the folks in the comment section. No,
Nothing, right?
Rescue people.
The mindset of every lawmaker. What is the mindset? What are you bringing to the table? What is the thinking are you bringing? Look, I think a lot of even the government in school. I don't know even college graduate.
But it's not a prerequisite, though.
But no, I agree. Nothing. I agree. But guess what it does? It helps you understand the function and what you do in the house. It helps you. It guide you. It put you on your track. So if you go into government, you understand. If you get a mindset, what a mindset does.
But again, Mobile, we're talking about recycle, the whole recycle.
Yeah, but
as to whether it's helping us, whether it has been good to us.
next thing, I would disagree with that whole recycle politician issue. You know why? When we put George Weah and Jefferson Koji, who are yesterday born, and he was mayor, what he did for the city. So I don't want people emphasizing on
where you coming with yesterday born thing. But
man, like yesterday born.
Yeah, no, but
the man he is 30. He is 30.
Yeah, the man is 30 now yesterday.
Okay, so he should be around 30, 35, 34 something. So he is a
no.
No, but listen, anyway, that's not the I'm making the basis of recycle politician.
Okay,
you understand? So when we discussing, I want people discussing about recycle politician, because even when you put a young man there, he's the most corrupt person in the history of the country. Since 1822, corruption, 1827, and to George Weah the second corrupt.
No, which are 18? No. Which are
1827. Go make a research, my man.
1827. Which
1827. Go make a research.
I'm
speaking on
fast. Why are you talking information from?
My man, sit down and let me talk about.
No, let's not be
1827.
Yeah, don't just be talking.
But I tell you, my man, forget it.
Guys. Please, Mobile is trying to lay something out here. Let's give him the foundation.
Let me lay what I want to talk. You understand? So, end of the day, I don't want people emphasizing on recycle politicians. Because if you can pull Jefferson Koji, who are the assistant agriculture minister? Said, what he need? Somebody help me.
Alvin Weissel
of yesterday, in 20 years. And he went there. What a one crop production he did for Liberia that we can.
But he was research for extension.
Extension. What? Yeah. What is the research he did that benefit the interest of Liberia? So we shouldn't come here and discuss about recycle politicians. Look at Paul Kagame. He been in Rwanda for so many years. Look at Rwanda today. Look at Rwanda looking at America. They put anything about coming to America. You know why? Because people don't think about recycle whatsoever. Although he fought the Tutsi and the Hutu war, but end of the day, he bring teaching. So now we're talking about Liberia, right? I don't want people emphasizing on recycle politicians. Because we are the same. But what makes the difference? The mindset. Corruption. Your integrity. What you bring to the country.
So you support whoever that comes with the right mindset, whether recycle politician or not.
That's it.
But Moba, in the midst of everything I understand where you're coming from, but there are others who think that, look, maybe when we bring new people on board, they will come with fresh ideas.
What is the fresh idea? Corruption. No, let me tell you, Nessie, our generation is one of the most corrupt generations. You know what? Let me tell you, social media, we all know, everybody want to show off. They want to go, they want to get a fancy car, they want to get houses, they want to get buildings, they want to get business. How they will get it? From the government money. They want to tell me one lie you saw Joseph Imabaka on Facebook telling people they buy a horse. But you know how many times Carrasco can post a horse? You know how many times Carrasco can post in Liberia, inside the country, enjoying yourself from the gentlemen of the Liberian people? So when we come here, let us speak for. We're not be talking about recycle politicians.
Calm down, Moba. Calm down. Thank you, Moba.
No, but let me conclude. You can't call me all around. Let me conclude. So end of the day, no, but
Moba, wait, Moba. Moba, what is that juice you drinking or what? What's in it? What's in it?
Drinking juice bar. Let me show you why I drink it, because that's why lemonade. But listen,
wait, mama. The lemonade cup, the lemonade something showed there. It's like anywhere. No, I don't believe in it.
Mama, you want to be sad there? Go start about Liberia.
He used to have himself.
Let's not go to the issue. My man, when you see that right on me differently tonight. Let's go to the issue.
Diplomatic partners today, we know. But just conclude.
Yeah, let me conclude. My debate is nobody should think about recycle politicians. It's the mindset. If even united so many years, if you come down with the mindset of changing the country to leave a legacy for your for whosoever that comes to see you, or the Liberian people will say, you know what, that man was not somewhere here, look at what he did, or that man was 20 years old, look at what he did. So I don't my main debate here is I don't want people thinking about recycle politicians. No, I disagree with our ideas.
Thank you, sir.
All we need to do, let me conclude. All we need to do as a Liberian, come together, people who love the country. That's why I always emphasize on three group of people in the whole world: security, when it comes to the justice system, when it comes to the medical department area. Look, nothing. These people, they dare to sacrifice. They dare to sacrifice. They dare for love.
Thank you, Mama.
They get love. That's the reason why they go to front now. They get killed. Because they go for the money.
It's a. Oh no, too bad. We lost our brother. We hope the brother can come back.
That's it. You're not right.
No, we lost the guy. We hope Mama can come back. But this is serious.
All right, you see that guy on the shoe.
Mama got lost.
That guy he got network issue, you know. He got network issue and he can make it. But let me go. Let me just go ahead.
Yeah.
That guy needs to go and drink water and mix it with
it. Here from the beginning of the topic, so I'm going to try my best from what I heard so far.
Yeah. So the conversation is Liberia's problem. Is it about the fact that we've had recycled politicians around the place consistently? They leave power, they go and work their way, they come back. Do we need to get to that point where we bring on board a new breed of politicians without in any way help the system? Is the system the way it is? Every single year, politicians come to us and tell us that, oh, the system is rotting. That man out there, he's not doing it well. Put me there. When you put them there, you know, the next time is a whole different case. Is it because of the system? Is it because of the way we think, our thought process, our mindset? Is it about the fact that we have recycled politicians? Should we get rid of them, or should the Liberian people keep them? Since in fact, experience, on the other hand, we say is the best teacher, and there's no substitute for experience.
So Nelson, I'm gonna differ from a lot of people this evening, right? And I'll agree with Marva a little bit. It's
back.
The real problem is not about recycle politicians, in my opinion, as well. I think it's about system building and holding people accountable. That's what I think our problem is. We don't have a system where in our country where we hold politicians accountable for what they have done, their wrongdoing, they're stealing, they're lying or whatever. We don't do that, right? We see them as after people elect them, to look at them as the Messiah, or they are almighty, they are untouchable, and that they should be begging them, and they should they should be shielded by their tribal people or religious people. That's the problem we have in the country. It's not about the politicians so much. It's also about us Liberians, right? If we have that mindset, like here where I grew up, where I live in the U.S., you got people in their house in the Senate that is older than some of the people we got in Liberia there, right? But they are there because of things they're done, their records and stuff like that. It's not because they're giving people $50 to vote for them. If the people see you doing something wrong, your constituent, they will vote you out the next 2 years or 6 years, right? But our system, Liberia is not like that. All the noise that people are making here, the other person doing that election time come, Nelson. Let that person have a bunch of money and go and spray on our people. You will see them voting the same people they're in. Okay. The new breed also had that on a corrupt mindset in them. Because why? They're seeing what's going on in the country. There's nobody being held accountable for anything. They didn't see anybody being hung up and taken to jail for corruption. So you know what? The new breed, the George we are them, They said, oh, we can go and take our own too. They were all there, right? They'll go and do the same old thing. So it's not about a recycle politician about how old you are or how young you are. It's the system. It's our people mindset. The system in our country, and patriotism and love for country. Let me put it that way, so the people will hear me. Love for country. These people don't have love for country. If we have a system, Nelson, that we said that is in the country, that anyone who wants to work in government or wants to run for public office, you and your entire family should be living in the country. You cannot have your wife or children in the diasporas or in other country, Ghana or whatever, that people face their system, and you come here to run for a position or to be a given position as a minister or whatever, and you're not doing what's supposed to be done because your family not there, so you don't care. That places like the drugs area, people, children are on drugs, they're dying. Okay, so if people that don't have their children in the country and they give them a title over that place, you think they would rather care? They'll be out for the money. They won't care to straighten that place out. But when your children are in the country, whatever good work you think you're doing for the Liberian people, your children and your family are there to feed it. And so
At the end of the day, I mean, where exactly do you stand? Do you support the need to have the recycle around, since in fact they have the wealth of experience, they've been in the system, or do you think it's important that we bring on board a new breed of people, a new breed of politicians?
Bringing on board a new breed of people is not a bad idea, Nelson, but that's not the problem. That's what I'm telling you. Those people can come and be just, or even worse than the people that are already there, or people, even older people. What the problem is what I'm telling you. If people start going to jail, if people start getting held accountable for corruption, for taking what doesn't belong to them when they give you money to do something, a project, if you don't do it, if they lock you up, and everybody and not, oh, that be mayor, we can't put him in jail. We died when we stop doing those things, Liberia will be strict. But you can bring that young baby, like my son, 10-year-old or whatever, or anybody younger, whatever. Judge, we have a government should tell you. You had a lot of young people in there. What the good we see? What are the good things that we see in the country? Well, PHP part that Vasco want to tell us about that we never seen since 1847. That park the people in Maryland County something with that rose in looking at a river and he flying in helicopters. If they're not holding the system, is what the problem is. It's not the people. Because you can have young old, they all corrupt into this day. So it doesn't matter.
Thank you. Let's go to the phone lines and take some calls now.
I hope we'll do our closing before we go, man.
Speak, Amy. You are protected, man.
Let's go to the phone line 0555-101075 0555-101075.
So to it, I had to detect my comment.
The WhatsApp number is up as well, and you can call via WhatsApp on the number pinned on the screen there. Let's take our first call 0555-101075, or you can call via WhatsApp, and you'll be live on the show. Let's see if we can take our first person here. Hello. Oh, we lost this person. Let's see if we can do this one. Hello, you're live. Your name and where you calling from? Hello. Hello, are you there? Okay, let's take this person. Hello. What is going on? 0555-101075. The line getting convoluted to read. I don't know what's going on. Hello, live.
Hello.
Yes, sir. You're live on the show. Your name and where you call from?
How you doing, Nelson, and the rest of the panel? This is Saturday, Yolate.
Oh, Mr. Yolate, it's good to have you on the show, sir.
Yeah. I've been watching and listening to you guys. Liberia problem is an old age problem, and I heard somebody talking about recycling politicians. The problem is that we have to love Liberia.
Mm-hmm.
If we love our own country, we will not be stealing every little thing that's supposed to develop that country. And one of the problems is that the electorates, people that are voting for people. You can't allow somebody to use you over and over. So people, Liberia, need to come to their senses to say, time for election, somebody coming around giving you money, treating you nice. Another 6 years they will throw you away. So these people we have to have people to be taught.
Okay.
Say, hey, nobody should come to bring money and then you vote them to office. That is the problem.
Thank you, sir.
And the people know that.
Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot. We'll have to hold you there and bring in another person because we are already out of time. Let's see if we can get this call. Okay. Hello, you're live. Your name and where you calling from? Okay, sorry. Please hold on.
From planet Venus.
Okay, go ahead. You're live.
I was just calling to say that Liberia is not going to move forward until people have been dealt with drastically for stealing. It won't stop. And even if the young people that we pray for them to come, into politics and take over.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the young people, then from generation to generation, that's why the cycle of corruption is repeating itself. Because all politicians have normalized stealing. It's normalized. You can come to power from the zinc shack and just start spending millions of dollars that you did not work for. So it's a normal thing. So from generation to generation, all the young people know, the older people know, it's just been a recycle of it's normal.
Okay.
Because it's normalized in the country. Until people are already penalized. That's the only way the nonsense will stop in Liberia. I hope they can extend Belayala for 2029. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Ayana face Belayala 2024.
Great call.
But let's take this person. Hello, you're live. Your name and where you call from, sir?
Hey Nelson, how you doing, man?
Yes,
Thanks
sir.
for you tonight.
Yeah.
It's Harry. Look, Nelson, I love the discussion tonight. A lot of time I follow the show, I don't really agree with Vasco. But I listened to Vasco tonight, and he kept alluding to the fact on Capitol Hill. And Nelson has said this over and over. The biggest problem with our country now, more than Liberia, is those folks on Capitol Hill. Now, let me say something to you. The House has what we call oversight responsibilities.
Yeah.
What that means is that I expect them to be able to do a check and balance. That is, you're supposed to review government agencies, public sector organizations that are interested with public funding. You review their policies, projects, to see whether in fact they are achieving the goals. Other than that, you cite them on Capitol Hill to ask them question what's going wrong that these things happening. But Nelson, do you know why they're not doing that? Because they are so corrupt.
Thank you.
Now, take for instance, look at LEC. Why do you think they never cited the guy from LEC, Monica Tan? Because they all took money from Monica Tan. That was asking to go on Capitol Hill. How do you call yourself lawmaker and you go that way? Now,
they've actually summoned him before. They've summoned him before, but they had a closed door engagement behind closed doors. It wasn't open to the public. But let
me tell you that nursing quickly. And another thing is the recycling politicians. I do agree. Look, it is not whether old or new. I will agree maybe a little bit of old, but the overall is no Odell remains that it is a lack of commitment.
Okay.
You have to be committed and pledge your loyalty to Liberia instead of a political party leader.
Thank you, sir.
All right?
Thank you.
We all have to pledge our loyalty to the country. Other than that, if we are corrupt, we are not committed to the country.
Thank you. Thank you. Let's hold you there. And yeah, let's hold you there and take a few calls from our local lines. A lot of people in Liberia want to participate as well. Hello.
Another great caller, man. Another great.
Hello, go ahead. You're live.
Yeah. My name is Tobakuya.
Tobakuya. Where are you calling from, sir?
Yeah, I'm calling from Marshall City.
Marshall. Okay. Go ahead. You have your I don't know how to call it Mashari or what. But go ahead. Let's hear you.
Yeah. I really enjoyed the topic.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to say four good things.
Yeah, you say the good thing quick.
Yeah, the Liberian, number one, the new education.
Mm-hmm.
Two, reduce the salary of the leader.
Mm-hmm.
Three, make them after 2 years, they must not come back to politics.
After 2 years, they must never come back to politics.
Yeah, it must be 3 years or 2 years service.
Okay.
They must not come back anywhere in any politics again. So, out of the 10 years back to the American colonization, they for us. Because I went to school during the 80s. I did IER. Now the people, we are not educated.
Thank you.
So they fool us and just come and tell us anything we accept it.
Thank you.
They don't want to educate the population.
Thank you.
And when they educate the population so the politicians.
Thank you. Let's hold you there. Thank you, sir. We'll go look for that ACS there. I think the tap point you made it already. We'll go look for that ACS. We'll get a country back to there. Hello, you're live. Your name and where you calling from?
Morning, Nancy.
Yeah, morning. It's good to have you on the show.
Yeah, this is Conference calling from Broadway.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, Nancy. Yeah, one for that just said we have to change our mindset. Our mindset. If we love Liberia, we'll do the right thing. But if we don't like Liberia, and let's say I've been calling on the show to tell you something serious, very important.
Okay.
Let's say,
but is it
agriculturally, I got 380 acres of land cultivated. I play rest. The rest is about to harvest. But I need, I need help. I've been calling on the show for the Panelist to help me. I need warehouse to store the rest. I'm going to warehouse.
Okay. So, okay, yeah, just land. So
Yeah, please, thank you. Please let me to the CEO. Let me talk to him. I need help for the Panelist, please. I need warehouse for the rest. We have gone to agriculture ministry and nobody comes to our ear.
Okay.
I'm a woman that got this country, how I'm making the rest.
Okay.
That's what I do. But for the country.
Okay, so I see your number here. I'll take the number, yeah. I'll take the number.
Okay, bye. Thank you. Please do that for me.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Let's take this person. Hello. We'll take 2 more calls and then we'll wrap up. Hello.
Hello, how you doing?
Yeah, please go ahead quickly.
I'm Bob Neutral, and I want to thank you for the show. You know, our problem in this country is our decision making. I have a talk show on Radio Advent called AOS in the Liberian Society. We take decision making to be an event, not a process. Decision making is a process. We should carry the examination process. We do the critique analysis, and then we come up with our decision making, which many times we fail to do. And from 1847 up to this time have been our bigger problem.
Okay.
We need to work on our decision making, how we understand things, and we know how to get a good result.
Thank you.
So that is the point.
Thank you very much, my brother. Thanks a lot for your input. I think we're gonna hold the calls there. A lot of calls still coming in, but we have to go. We're seriously out of time. Let's do our closing. Just 30 seconds quickly. Moba, you want to go first?
Yeah, thank you, Nelson. Nelson, anytime we come on the show, We come here to discuss issues concerning our country. And when we come here, we speak facts, what happened in our country. So I will just close by telling the Liberian people, 2029 coming. I know it's still far. You got a lot of lawmakers who maybe there was someone will be going for election. What are they doing now for them to be eligible for election for the coming election? The level you, Liberian. But let me conclude by saying this. You know the mindset, Nelson, let me tell you. Even to your job, the level you, everything you do or do, it comes from the mindset. Whether positive or negative, it's from the mindset. So if you get a mindset of positive, it will happen. So on a mindset, we get belief, value, and goals. Why are there goals? Why are there belief? Why is that value? The value brings corruption.
That whole article you reading through now, we
I know we going
to
through.
complete that article
I agree,
there.
Nelson, but I just gave it three. The three important. I just believe, value, and goals. So if you believe and you value yourself and your goals is what you accomplish for the Liberian people. So why are you like nothing? So end of the day, let me conclude by saying the end of the day, all lawmakers, whosoever working in government, is based on your mindset. So I don't want people keep emphasizing on recycle politicians. You can be old, you can be young, you can be whosoever. As long as you go there with a mindset to change, you will change. But if you go there with a mindset of corruption, you will be corrupt. That's it.
Thank you, Mova. Vasco, you want to do your closing? We'll bring Francis and then Emmy.
All right, Nancy. I would like to close like that. I would like to switch a little bit from what we were talking, and talk about the people, our Liberian people. Nelson, the country is in serious trouble. The people are suffering. And this government came to power based on change. But since these people came to power, it's been 6 months. There is nothing they can show.
No, it hasn't been 6 months, Vasco.
Let's see that 6 months now. The thing, check it in. How much that 6 months?
From the 22nd of January up to now, it's not 6 months yet.
They took up. That's it.
Nothing, man, brother. Keep teaching him out.
They almost 6 months. Don't be looking at the time Baga told the older office. Some will check it for the time they were elected. The time we check it from.
Oh, okay.
So nothing have changed, Nancy. And nobody can argue with that one. The basic thing that I always know, the government need to focus, because if the government do the right thing, our people will enjoy it. Some to even criticize them will be hard for us. Because everywhere anything we say, people are gonna come and beat on us here. But now I'm on the show, I can be beating my chest. Because nobody can count on me yet. Because you cannot show me anything that have changed. The only problem in Liberia right now, everything have gone from bad to worse.
Thank you, Vasco.
So we pray that this president, with the kind of notion the Liberian people have for him, he can recalibrate. He needs. We are left a legacy in our country. It's there.
Thank you, Vasco. Thank you, sir.
I hope that will be another topic one day, Nelson. Too many things happening, Nelson.
But we set up the debate for your guys who come. Escape. And the debate shall be so a long message about how the sycamore tree, one branch fell down, so you couldn't come.
No, my guys,
we gotta go. Francis, please go ahead, do your closing.
Quickly, our brother doing mob now. He considered President Braga term from the day he was elected. So even when John we are in office, President Braga will be making decisions for the country. 2 presidents, 1 term, right? It's a tree, but Sage. Then he said, the only government is continuity, right? So the terrible and rotten foundation that President Braga have right now, it was established during the last 6 years. So imagine you built a weak foundation. What do you expect for the next person to continue on. So now President Parker has to tear that whole thing down to rebuild. But anyway, while closing, I want to thank our sister Lovette Smith, who sent me $75. I'll go pick it up prior tomorrow as a contribution towards the smoke alarm and also to participate in the raffle. The raffle draw is still going on, folks. We are still raising money to purchase smoke alarm to send to our people in Liberia. So like Nelson said, next Saturday is the raffle. But so far, we have 4 slots going already. We said we're looking for a minimum of 25 people to buy into the raffle, $50 per person. You can increase your chances of winning the brand new PlayStation 5 by contributing 50, 100, or 150. So, and it's not about the game, it's about helping our people in Liberia. Every penny raised from this raffle is going to purchase smoke alarm. And as we speak, including what our brother Nathaniel Zeze Jr. or Sasa Jr. in Sweden has, 50. If I add all together, right now we have a little over 150 smoke alarm. We are not close to where we want to be. Every week I try to add 1 or 2 or 3 onto it, but I can't do it by myself. I need all of you. So thanks to all of you that have been supporting, but we need more people to support in order to get this thing done quickly. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Francis. Emmy, you want to do your closing quickly? We're seriously out of time.
Absolutely. Yeah. So we are at a lower rocky start with this government, and a little bit, some of it are very disappointing, from Senate retreat budget to some missteps that we have been seeing. That doesn't mean that we have lose any hope in the government. We did not lose any hope, but we just want the right thing to be done. It's still early, and they can make that change and keep the country on the right track. Like my brother Francis said, yes, they have to tear down all of that rocket and bad foundation to get started. We get it, but we don't want to keep making that as an excuse. Keep saying that, and we want to see something else now, right? We're not saying that it was a bad idea or anything to vote for the former vice president, President JMB now. But we come here, sometimes we get frustrated from some of the things that we hear, and we hope that he can show all those muscles that we believe he had to show us, or to show them, that people that go there with their own agenda. We know he has his own mind. He knows what he want to do for the country. We all know that, but you cannot control everybody else around you. What you do after they messed up is what we are looking at. That's what I'm looking at, because you cannot control anybody. I can say, oh, we would do that, we would do that, but I'm not into Nelson's heart. I'm not into Moba's heart. I'm not into Vasco or Francis' heart. It's what I do. My reaction is what people will look at. So that's what I'm looking at to see with the president. So I hope that he will really put on his big boys shorts and take control of some of these things that have been happening, and really put straighten some things out and let go who needs to be let go. If they're not aligning with your agenda, I mean, put friendship aside or collaboration or whatever, and let's do the right thing for our country to move forward. And I'm looking forward to that. And I'm still optimistic. He's gonna do well. I don't care what the Sakimo Tree Boys say.
Thank you.
This country is still gonna get better.
Thank you, Amin, and thanks to you, Moba. Thanks to you, Alfred. Sorry, not Alfred, but Francis. Thanks to you, Vasco. We look forward to having a great show tomorrow. We're seriously out of time, and Moba, tomorrow we'll audit that cup. We'll make sure to understand what exactly is it that got things the way it went, and like Francis said,
I think they call it juice, my man. Juice. Don't make the people on radio. They think it's
show us lemonade, which is yellow juice.
So we have
I got two different.
So we have to go. I want to say thanks to everyone. It's been a great show. Your way again.
Lemonade. I got a juice. They want a juice.
Show. Have a good night and bye-bye.
Why would you be drinking this, mother? It doesn't make any sense.
I like juice now.
No, you're missing something in it.
You get problem. What's the name, man?
I don't get a problem.